I was working for Steely Dan, and the bass player walked up to me with an older gentleman. He said he wasn't able to take the top off the sushi soup because his hands didn't work anymore. You know, they were kind of weak. He couldn't even open the door. It had progressed that badly. And I said, "Well, tell me what you've found out so far." He said, "Well, I was at a neurologist's office. Every top neurologist in the world, he said, I have diabetic neuropathy." And I said, "Well, how did this start?" He said, "It went from these two fingers here, and then it went around to the thumb." And I said, "You do not have diabetic neuropathy." And he looked at me and he said, "Excuse me, sir, but I've been at every top neurologist in the world. I'm a studio musician. I'm the keyboard player for Smokey Robinson, and I can't play piano anymore. So I took this seriously." And I said, "You want me to prove it to you?" And he said, "Yeah." And I laid him on the table and I put the Vibeassage on the muscles, the scalene area and the shoulder. He started screaming. And remember, we're backstage with all these muckety mucks, you know. "My arm, it's on fire." Like like when you wake up in
Yeah.
the morning and you lay it on your arm and you're tingling just so crazy in your hand. That's what he was experiencing, was the blood flow was finally coming back to his arm for the first time.
He's waking up.
And I turned the machine off and I looked down at him. I said, "Mr. Burke, make a fist for me." He went like, "Oh my God," he said, "my hand is working again." And I said, "Wouldn't it do me a favor?" He said, "What?" I said, "Don't scream fire in the theater." Because diabetic neuropathy starts distal, because of circulation, and it comes proximal.